Please welcome the wickedly talented
Betches Video Club.
There's a mistake.
Betches.
You guys won Best Picture.
Nominees are...
Are you trying to kill a bug?
No, she's doing
We're
her thing.
beginning.
Yes, chef.
Let's do that again.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
You're making it harder to sink than
My
post.
hands hurt. Oh my God. How did he do that? You
Oh,
okay?
God.
No
Sick in the-
coughing in my kitchen.
Sick in the kitchen.
Welcome back to Betches Video Club, where the Betches Video team talks all things TV and movies. It's like book club, but with way more screens. Make sure to hit the subscribe button because we are on Spotify and YouTube, where you can interact with all of our videos and join the watch party. This week, I'm bringing my favorite movie. It's our movies with food, and my pitch is The Menu.
Woo!
It is, I know, it is a comedy psycho, what is it? Thriller? Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Our hosts today are
Jack Maloney.
Maddie Mahoney.
Brian Russell Smith.
and Tess Tregellis. So I want to start off. First off, how is everybody doing?
Really good.
Just grand.
Really good.
Grand.
Amazing.
Yes. Quick shout out for my top.
I love it.
Quick shout
Really
out.
cute. It has
has
pasta
pasta.
on it. I'm going for host with the mostest.
It's really giving.
just giving like your table will be ready in 15,
You're
but
giving
it's
Elsa.
not 15. Who?
Yeah.
You're giving Elsa.
Yeah, exactly. Also, does anybody have any restaurant trauma, either working there or as
course.
a participant of the act?
The thing is, I worked in a high-end restaurant, not as high-end as the one in The Menu, but it was very well respected. It was on the James Beard list many years. It was always on the best of lists, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And our chef is famous, and so the expectation for service was very high from the leadership at the restaurant, but also from guests. Never customers, guests.
I worked at fine dining, and there was a rule that you couldn't have. I was a busser, so the water always had to be at least over a quarter of the glass. Otherwise, we'd get yelled at. And it got to the point where people would tell me to stop. They're like, "Oh, it's okay. I don't need any more water." And
Right.
it was this weird balance of like, I need to do my job, but also this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then we also there was table. You couldn't ask what people ordered. You just had to put it down at the place I
Yeah.
work. So there's table numbers, and then there's position numbers based off of where the kitchen is. They'd be like, okay, bring this to table 67, position 2. And you just had to know. And as someone who's dyslexic, that's
hard.
nearly impossible. So I have a lot of trauma behind the scenes,
Yeah.
which actually has ruined my experience for restaurants.
Yeah.
Would you say the same?
I would say the same. We had a couple funny like food rules at mine. First of all, we didn't have ketchup.
What?
Which is tough. That's a hard thing
Did
to
you have
tell
fries?
people.
Did you guys have fries?
We had crispy potatoes.
And so, of course, people would ask you for ketchup. And
course.
you had to
And
be
you'd
the
say-
idiot.
And you know what I
like-
had to say? These were the alternatives I was allowed to offer. Salsa verde, which is olive oil based. That's not close to ketchup at all. Aioli. Just
Yeah.
similar but completely different. If you're
Right.
asking for ketchup, you
Yeah.
don't want aioli. You would have asked for mayo. And the third option was hot sauce, which when a child is asking for ketchup and you say we have hot sauce, it's like literally kill
no.
me.
I was a server at a country club in Princeton, New Jersey, so it was
Oh, wow.
quite ritzy as well.
Yeah.
Like we had to serve from the right and then clear from the left.
Yep.
You know, like the knife had to be like half an inch from the edge of the table, all
Yeah.
that stuff. And I did actually have my own version of sticking it to the man if someone was rude to me.
What'd you do?
If they would order like a glass of like a nice Cabernet Sauvignon, I would give them the house red.
Yeah.
And then I would
That's
Way
good.
and then
Brian,
I would
that's
drink
iconic.
the
The
wine.
nice one. That's really
That's
good.
really
That's
iconic.
really
Not
good.
one person was like, "This isn't what I ordered."
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
No, duh. Dude, literally, Brian, I feel like you are so pro sticking it to the man, and I love it so much.
Yeah,
It's
you
one of
are.
my favorite things about you. You're like, get yours.
I could
Literally
so
get yours.
see you like behind the kitchen with your glass of wine.
Watching them drink it.
Watching them drinking like
You
like,
idiots.
fools.
You
idiot.
idiot
You were like,
rich
I'm
people.
supposed to be where you are.
I literally could never work in a restaurant or around any food. I did a lot of service industry jobs, but they all had to be not food related because the closest I ever got was being a delivery boy senior year of high school. And every time it was just, if I just took one fry, like,
Did you guys ever eat off bust plates?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's how I got my
unfortunately.
food.
Yeah, literally.
Like
once
scraps.
you start, it's such a slippery slope.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah.
it's one fry, and then you're literally eating like the rest of a burger that
Yeah.
somebody already ate.
I worked at another place, and they would the chefs would just like cook a bunch of bacon because people would always add add bacon to things. And so we just always had this plate of bacon, and I would always walk by it, and I would be like, okay, one more piece of bacon.
That's
One
so
more.
dangerous.
And I ended up probably eating like 15 pieces of bacon one day. You know, I was like, I need to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the same thing, but with chocolate pudding, which was our that was the dessert that like everyone ordered, and it was called budino, and it's an Italian chocolate pudding. It's really thick. It's not like the Jello kind that you make. And the way I would just, if I had a table that wasn't going well, I just go back to the kitchen, spoonful. It's pure butter with cocoa in it, like that's it.
Wow.
And but you're walking around so much, you don't gain weight.
It is the most like quick on your feet kind of job where you kind of feel like you're on cocaine, even if you are, which most people are. And that's totally fine. But you have to be like on your stuff. And the hours move so fast that it is kind of fun, but it's also absolute chaos.
I think it should be a legal requirement for every citizen to work in the service industry.
Totally.
In a restaurant specifically.
The most non-confrontational person can become confrontational when it comes to their food.
Yes.
Like, and they're like, this is wrong, this is right. Like, you know what I mean? They never
Especially
say
at
this
an
is right.
expensive place, because there's like this extra level of entitlement. I deserve this. It should be this way.
Yeah.
And so often it's out of the person's hands that you're actually dealing with. And I think everyone would be better if they had experienced that on the other side.
Other side of the
Yeah.
table. That's fair.
But there is a fun camaraderie behind the scenes of like all the people working there because you've trauma bonded. And I remember being a hostess at a very busy restaurant, and the hostess told me, she's like, just tell every single person 15-minute wait. And they'll either wait or they won't. And so people got so mad at us, and she was so pretty that she could say anything and people would be like, yeah. And then I'd be like 15 minutes, they'd be like, what the hell? And I'd be like, oh my God. I cried every day. I never stuck it to the man. I just cried. I literally just cried.
I did say I feel like being a waiter or a server prepare me for like corporate life in terms of like multitasking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like trying
totally.
to think of like carrying multiple plates, metaphor intended.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a metaphor?
And also dealing with like the worst people in the world while doing that.
And
wearing multiple hats.
Yes,
Whoa,
the
what if you
worst
wanna come
people in the world.
Literally the worst.
No, but I mean, like,
worst.
you know, sometimes you have to do so many things at once during your shift, and all your tables hate you.
Yeah.
And you have to do it all with a smile on your face. Like, you know, not every day we come in here is like happy-go-lucky. Obviously, 99% of them are. But it just teaches you how to like keep it positive.
Okay, we ready for the synopsis?
Yeah.
For those who haven't watched, Margot joins Tyler on a trip to a secluded island restaurant where a renowned chef's elaborate taste menu reveals disturbing intentions beneath a flawless exterior. So it's written by Seth Reese and Will Tracy, who were writers for The Onion, which I think shows a lot within the writing.
That makes
And
sense.
it's directed by Mark Millard, but I've been saying it Millard because I think that's entertaining.
Okay.
He was the director for Entourage, Shameless, The Affair, like very well-known director. The cast is Ray Fiennes, but he spells it Ralph Fiennes or Fiennes. It's absolutely so frustrating, but it's Ray Fiennes as Chef Slowick, Nicholas Hoult as Tyler, who's known as like Mad Max, The Favorite, and Anya Taylor-Joy, one of my faves, Margot, Queen's Gambit, and Emma. So all-star cast and great writers who... He actually wrote this after going on a vacation where he went to a restaurant like this and then wrote the film based off of that.
Genius.
Other fun facts. They had Dominique Crenn, who designed the food, and she was the first woman in America to win 3 Michelin stars.
Oh, wow.
So they had her on set designing all the food. All the actors behind were trained to do what would be happening in that part of the meal. So they had all the actors on set the entire time because they wanted 360 degree shooting. So they're all like really doing whatever would be happening in that scene.
That's cool.
And and Anya Taylor-Joy and Nicholas were also improving like throughout the whole scene, and their mics were on the whole time. So the filming process seemed like very fun, very theater-like. The other fun directorial thing that Mark did was he had each take was done, and then they let them do like their own take. So some of the most famous lines, Taco Tuesday was one of those lines that was improvised. The slap was not improvised, but like one of those takes, as well as when she's like passive aggressive is like thank you, that was also improvised. And so I just think that's so fun to be like,
that's so
giving the
unexpected
actor-
for this movie, right?
Yeah, I think you
This is
expect
like-
that in comedies, but not.
Well, I do
You know?
find this movie to be very
There's
funny.
a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
But
is
it
very
also
funny.
seems like they prioritized precision. But maybe I'm just conflating that with like the restaurant. and not actually the film. I don't know. It just seems so purposeful. It doesn't feel like loose at all, you know?
But the characters weren't like, those were pretty loose in
They
that,
feel
in
like
that
real
sense.
people,
right?
I will say.
I think like Chef Slowick's track, because I actually agree with you that the whole film does feel precise, but then when I think about it more, I'm like, but the milieu of a restaurant is always whatever those people are experiencing and
What's
talking
milieu?
about.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I love
Milieu,
that
like
word.
milieu, like the general
Oh,
vibe. Yeah, I'm sorry,
milieu.
milieu, not milieu, milieu.
Milieu.
The milieu. The milieu. The
Wow.
milieu of a restaurant.
I
So the
literally was like,
background
love that
noise, the
word.
ambiance, is whatever the characters of that night, whoever is attending, is truly talking about. So
Right.
I think that's a really smart way to approach it.
But there's so many like hidden gems in this. So, you know, the scene where they're walking with the goats,
Of course.
in the beginning. So that's actually a Judas. It's like a reference of the Bible where they used goats to like lead livestock in before they got slaughtered. So like
Whoa.
that's kind of foreshadowing
Oh my God,
obviously the
that's
end.
so
I know it's so sad.
sad.
And then each table represented the 7 deadly sins. Did you catch that?
No.
I didn't, but I
sort
was
of
like,
did because I was thinking more about. This is my second time watching this movie, and I saw it when it first came out. I was thinking a little bit more about like what each couple represents, and there does seem to be
yeah.
a lot more alignment. Like now that I think about it,
And I,
you know?
I didn't know all of them, but it was greed for the finance boys, gluttony for Tyler, who just like wants to always eat
Yep.
food, lust for the man who's cheating, envy for the dropout actor, which I was like, I don't know if I get that
Not a
one.
perfect one.
yeah,
but,
not a perfect match, but
Well, I guess if he's a name dropper, he's envious
Yeah.
of others' careers and is
Yeah.
trying to like get to that level always.
And then pride were the two,
the critics.
Yes.
This is all for us. That's my favorite line.
God, that is so crazy. I love when
so
that
funny.
happened.
Sloth was for his mother.
Yeah.
So that's just like laziness. Wrath was for Jillian, the chef, and like everyone who murders everyone.
One of the funniest parts of the whole movie to me is all the intercuts of when they present the dishes, and it's like the nice shot of the dish plus the description.
Yeah, it's like Chef's Table.
Yeah,
It's
but then
so
it gets
good.
heightened, and then it just becomes, what was it? Tyler's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Or like just a well-made cheeseburger.
Yeah.
He's so
Which
good.
honestly,
Or-
that looked like the best meal. That looked like one of the best cheeseburgers I've ever seen in my life.
it
Totally.
Yeah.
really did.
The burger was real, and she really ate it, and everyone else was like starving, so they ordered Five Guys, which I just thought was so sweet.
Wait, that's
cute.
funny.
It seemed like such a fun set.
It did.
Even though it was they had to be so intense, but like I think there was probably a lot of fun because they all had to be there.
And this was filmed during COVID, right?
Yes.
It feels like a COVID movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's there the whole time.
One room.
One location.
No, yeah. It also, like, honestly, if that's where it does feel like more like a play, because it's truly like you could put this on stage.
It's
like,
all one
that's what it
location.
is.
It's
Like,
all,
you-
Yeah.
except for when she goes
Exactly.
to the chef's house, when they walk around. They really could adapt this
But
to
it's
the
contained
stage.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very contained. And like, frankly, I feel like that's probably why the set was so fun because you kind of just said this, but so few movies you actually get to hang out with your whole cast. It's like you film with
Right.
whoever you're in scenes with, and that's that.
Right.
So this is like a dream project. It's like, oh, let's all hang out in the same room as everyone else.
And you're like watching each other do what you do,
Yeah.
which I think is really fun.
Yeah,
Be
and
like-
it's a cast of greats.
Yes.
Star-studded. I was saying this last night when I watched it, but Judith Light is my favorite in this. She probably has 5 lines.
I love
Yeah.
She
Judith
barely
Light
speaks, but how does she
so
take up
much.
the whole room when she is there? I was just, even if she's just off to the side, I'm like, oh. And the best is when she,
Yeah,
I
That's-
loved that.
that's about-
I loved that.
that 2 little shakes of the hand, I was on the
Yeah.
floor. I was like, oh my God, I just love her. How is she so good in this? And
and
with
she-
Reed Birney too, like heaven.
And she was like, grateful to die. To her character particularly, when it was happening, she was like in it. She was down for it.
They
and
were
like
all
that was
wasted
such an
at that
amazing
point.
arc.
Yeah.
That's true. I did think the s'mores call out to s'mores, chocolate, marshmallow, graham crackers, customer, staff, restaurant.
Oh, when it's on screen, yeah.
it's so good. So the movie is a satire, obviously, which is when you use humor to exaggerate something ridiculous or flawed in
you.
society. In case nobody knew, but I love this. Specifically because it's satirizing fine dining, which brings me to one of my hot takes, which I think fine dining is totally overrated. I think it's very performative, and I think it's kind of a waste of money.
Okay.
Now this one missed me there.
You missed,
you
me,
missed me
there,
there.
Tess. That's a hot take.
That's my take. I think restaurants are very anxiety provoking.
Really?
Yes, I find them extremely
Do you know what the word
traumatizing.
restaurant comes from?
Help.
It means a place to rest, a place of respite.
I don't find it restful at all.
Oh.
They bring you a menu, lots of little words, long words, very scary. Decisions, don't like those. Big group decisions, hate. One decision, check, anxiety. The whole process.
Well, most fine dining restaurants have a much shorter menu, I would
Agreed.
say.
And oftentimes you don't even get to pick.
Yeah.
It's
That's
set.
the ones I like.
Prefix.
Okay.
I love a
Prefix.
prefix, but I do find it very like, okay, and this is how we sit, like, and we talk like this, and like it just seems very performative in my opinion.
Oh, see, I think going out to a nice meal is one of the most fun things you can do.
Agreed.
I don't find it confining. I also don't go to many places where I feel like I have to act like that. So maybe
Interesting.
we're talking about different places. But to me, there is nothing better than a good meal.
I'm with Maddie, and also not gonna lie. Okay, I have been to a restaurant. One restaurant that sort of rings like this one, where it's like you don't pick prefix. It's called Per Se.
Oh, yeah.
We went for my mom's 50th
Wow,
birthday
nice.
10 years ago. Yeah,
That's like a
insane.
once-in-a-lifetime
That's a once in a
experience.
lifetime. Like it was truly like that. And there we was maybe the only restaurant I've ever been to where I did feel like we had to all kind of be
Sit
like
straight.
this, but we were just laughing our asses off the whole time because we thought it was
Yeah,
funny.
of course.
And listen, here's the thing. Straight up, it was performative. You would whisper something and they would bring it to you. My grandma goes, I'm a little chilly to my mom. They're like, would you like a custom scarf? Like, it was crazy. It was a
Yeah.
performance, but I love performance art. And to be honest, when it's a performance art that also is delicious and I can eat,
Yes.
I kind of live for it. It's a show. I'll perform. Like, it's iconic. And I'm going to give you a great tip because this is
Tess,
fierce.
maybe you're not going with the right people. Because I do think like it's like theater in that there are so many different departments working together, right? You've got like the design, you've got the set designer, that's actually your physical surroundings. You have your cast, the people you're there with. You have costume. What are you gonna wear? You got to match the environment. You know, how fun. Get a little special, something on. And then you have the food, which is like that's the script, I guess. That's like the meat
The
of
show.
the meal.
It's the show.
That's the main.
I
part.
love a show. I love performing. I love the performative nature of it. I just think food and performance, it's like it just doesn't work for me.
Tess, are you projecting your restaurant drama?
Of course I am.
Codependency 101
I'm
over
literally
here.
I'm like, I hate this. We all need to leave now because no one's having fun.
Yeah. How much would you pay for your perfect meal? Your perfect meal could be anything, okay? It doesn't have to be like as fancy as what was in the menu.
$45.
What?
Is that a lot?
That's nothing.
That's nothing, dear.
Wait, for like one plate?
No, well, yeah, but like, Brian,
how many
it's
courses
your
are we
whole thing.
talking?
Like, you get your drink too. Like,
45 is nothing.
it's like lunch in Midtown.
What amazing hot dog.
Well, in my mind, I said a plate of nachos. I was like, how much would I pay for a plate of nachos?
Not the Tex-Mex again.
We're back to Tex-Mex. I'd pay $50 for mine at McDonald's. Anywhere when you're approaching 1,000, I'm like, oh, really?
I know. That's what I was thinking when I was like, okay, what would I do? I was like, there's no way I'm even getting to 1,000. I think that's just an obscene amount to pay for one person. But I would probably go like, 4 to 5. But obviously that's like a one-time thing. I'm not doing that all the time. And it's
It's your perfect meal.
It's my perfect
your
meal.
perfect meal.
I do $250.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care enough. I feel like to like go up
That would be
beyond
like
that.
the most because then $250.
No, you don't like restaurants, and that's
I
okay.
just don't like them. But I love this movie.
Yeah.
But what do you think he said to Tyler?
Oh, I know what he said.
What?
I think he said, like, if you truly respect me and want to prove to me how much I mean to you, you will go hang yourself.
You think he explicitly said that?
Totally.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He definitely
You know
said,
what?
take off your coat. Get in the closet. Because he takes off his coat.
Yeah.
So there's a take off his coat in there somewhere.
I thought he said something like, you're worthless.
That's what I think too.
You'll never mean anything. And like, if you want to mean something, you'll be a part of my art. And like, do that.
Wait, I think that's better than mine.
Really?
Mine's so on the nose.
Yeah, I think he said like you're a failure.
Yeah.
I also think he might be his dad.
Theory.
Why?
That's a theory of
Wait,
mine.
there was the picture in his house of
yes.
the wife with the kid.
And you never see the
You
kid.
don't know who the kid is. But
You
was
also
it a
never see
girl?
the wife.
Kind of looks like a girl.
Why else would you go to a restaurant where you know you're gonna die? Like his last wish is to like meet his dad. I don't know. That's just rumors I'm spreading.
I was curious about the correspondence. He said we've been corresponding for 8 months.
Yes.
And you knew everyone here was going to die. So I was sort of like, why would they be corresponding? What did you guys make of that?
I didn't make anything of the 8 months, but I guess the reason I justified him going knowing that he was going to die was because of this breakup, and it had been so bad that he was just feeling really like low self-esteem.
How about we got to talk about the tortillas? because the tortillas are of him taking pictures of the meal.
Yeah.
Me in my head they're just back there like lasering these tortillas right before they go out.
Yeah.
But he also knows he's gonna die. So like, why is he taking pictures? He's so delusional.
point.
In his like.
Well, that was whenever I first watched the movie. I was like, this guy is psychotic.
Oh, well,
Because
he is psychotic.
He straight up is, because like crazy shit started happening. He was like, stop, you're ruining it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like Anya, she's like, he just killed himself. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And-
But maybe that's the gluttony. Like, no matter what happens, he must experience this special thing for him.
Yeah, that's actually tea.
Maybe?
I agree. Because he's the only one in the restaurant who's not acting like a rational person when that happens. All the other sinners are.
I do find it interesting. Like it's kind of that idea of like a frog in a boiling pot of water.
Yeah.
Like you start to see it in the bread scene. They're like, this is like weird, but no one wants to be the person to first say. And then even after the guy shoots himself, they're like, it's performance. And then they cut his finger off, and then they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
They did just cut that
Once
guy's
it happened to
finger off.
one of them, they were like, "Oh, right,
This isn't-
shit."
Yeah.
Versus like, "Oh, this is just what they do."
My favorite scene was the bread scene. I thought it was really funny. I think there were so many good lines in that scene too, where she was like, the critic was like, "I make my own bread. Yeah, I mean, it's very rustic. It's peasant style."
Peasant style.
And then the other guy is like, who's like, "Well, actually, take some bread, some gluten free for my guy over here."
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so
Can
funny.
we talk about the two reviewers? They are my favorite characters.
love them.
This is just theater. It's stagecraft.
This is what he
All
does.
for
Yeah.
us. Wait, I think this whole night is for us.
Yeah.
Like, that is genius.
And then including the male art critic, he was the last male to be found. The last man who like ran, and then they
Yeah.
serve him the little egg.
That was my.
My God, that
The
killed
window,
me.
and then they shut the window.
Yeah,
That
so
was my
good.
favorite scene where they're like, okay, all the men you have 45 seconds to run. That one guy bolts. And then there's that scene with all the girls gabbing and they're like drinking wine and it feels very like, okay, wait, maybe everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then that one cult person was like, wait, it was actually my idea that everyone would die. I'm really actually proud of it. And I was just like, oh, that's so twisted.
Yeah.
Totally.
And I love when is it the actor guy who comes back? He was caught last, and his wife or partner is like, "How did it go?" And he goes, "Really good." I was like, "Wait, it went horribly for you."
Honestly, the thing about this movie that I'm obsessed with is, to me, the thesis. I mean, this is probably exceedingly obvious, but like the thesis really just being consumption ruins the art. And what is the relationship between artist and audience, and how audience can ruin the love of the art for the artist?
In that way, it's just like the
Ratatouille.
thesis of Ratatouille.
Sort of like Ratatouille.
Critics versus the art. One of my favorite lines, which I just want to take a 30-second deep dive into with all of you, is when Elsa is explaining their schedule when they are doing the initial tour. She goes, every day ends well past 2 a.m. and then we wake up at 6 a.m. to start 5 hours of prep.
Couldn't start thinking about that.
4 hours of sleep, which is classic cult behavior.
And no privacy. They are all in the same quarters. They all are in the same bathroom.
Yeah.
Like everything is very intertwined. It's very
Regimented. Culty.
Yeah. Which we love.
We
but
gel.
we're scared of. My favorite line was when the chef goes, "Where did you go to school?" And Felicity goes, "Brown. Student loans? No. Sorry, you're dying."
Yeah,
Sorry,
that was
she
funny.
dies.
And she was like,
Literally.
yeah.
Okay.
I
So
love her.
funny.
Yeah.
So good.
She's great.
She's
Anyone else
hopeless
have-
the whole time.
Yeah.
She's just like, I cannot do anything here.
Yeah.
She definitely was the next rung of like, feels like you deserve it maybe the least next. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is why he was kind of like, where'd you go to school?
Right.
Like he's like
Yeah.
betting her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really do love that Anya Taylor-Joy gets to leave, because especially when you get the reveal that, well, we find out she's a hooker. And then also
Sex
that
worker.
Sex worker.
Sorry, sex worker. Sorry. We find out
she's a whore.
We find out
Prior.
that
She's
she
an
is an
escort,
intercourse
actually.
professional and executive.
She's an escort.
She's an escort.
Yeah.
We find out she's an escort and executive professional of that escorting service. And then also find out that he last minute invited her. So
Yeah.
he screwed her
So
while knowing that she was
Right.
going to die.
And his whole thing is no substitutions. And she is a substitution.
I did not make that connection.
Yeah.
The other thing that I read that people theorize on Reddit is that there was like a line in the beginning about spoiled meat, spoiled beef. And some
Yeah.
people theorize that she actually got a bad burger and will die later.
But that's like cured meat that she's touring them on in the beginning.
Yeah, this is just what I read. So I was like, I think people maybe like are fishing for something.
I don't like that. I think she gets away.
Okay, but the other one is that she was a plant the whole time. So like she was a part of the stage because she's one of the servers. This is what people are saying.
I don't think that person's right either.
Okay, great.
She would have known how to drive a boat away if she was a plant. She flooded that.
Yes,
engine.
Brian.
Also-
Yes, that's really good
Yeah.
spy work.
That's great spy work. I also feel like this movie sort of leaves nothing on the table. Like I feel
Left
like
no crumbs.
Left no crumbs.
Hey!
Whoa.
Left no crumbs. So I feel like they would have given us more of an indication on that.
Right.
Yeah.
So the movie star character, whose name is Movie Star, he doesn't have like a name. The actor of that actually went on to do a cooking, like around America show. Okay, so should we eat the rich?
Yes, yummy.
Yummy. Well, I kind of was like, should we get back in that restaurant and take a bite of the dessert afterwards? I mean, come on. There's all that s'mores and sauce and people and like. it could be
Would you
good.
eat a human being?
Would you eat
How
a
much would it take for you to eat a human being?
No, I think we absolutely should eat the rich. Eat the rich theme is one of my favorite themes in a movie. Triangle of Sadness, another
Oh,
great
yeah,
watch if
we
you
love
like this.
that.
The irony of all those like extremely rich people in that movie though too is so funny.
What is the barometer of someone being rich enough to be eatable?
Billionaire.
Billionaire, yeah.
Yep, I'm with that.
Yeah.
Like you can be a millionaire. It's like cute. You got yours.
Yeah,
Like,
if I only
but,
I
need-
don't know. I'm like,
Is
I
that-
kind of want to be a big dog billionaire, and I don't want to get eaten.
I don't need more than 500 million.
No one needs to be a billionaire.
But
no
I
one
want
needs to be a
to.
billionaire. No one needs to be a billionaire.
I would settle very happily for hundreds of millions. And
You don't even need that much.
I don't need that much, but I would like it so that I can give back a lot.
Right, but then you wouldn't have it.
But then I would have it to give,
Yeah.
which is
Which would be away from
worthwhile
you.
for me, which is fine.
If you give it, it's not yours.
but I earned it. I
Right.
earned it so that I could do good things.
See,
I did have one more quote that I loved, which was "You will eat less than you desire, but more than you deserve."
So
Loved.
I thought that was fun.
That's like the thesis. It
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah.
The thesis line. How many times do you think they said the menu in this movie?
oh, that's a good.
Weren't we talking about that on a recent episode? Like when they
We
say
did.
the title?
Yes, because we talked about it in Hocus Pocus.
It
'cause
felt a
it's
little
just
bit
a bunch
like-
of Hocus Pocus.
Yeah. I just noticed it extra in this one. Every time
Yeah.
they're like, that's what's on the menu or whatever it was.
I do have a fun Anya Taylor-Joy story actually, which is very exciting. So, before she was very famous, she was in this movie called Thoroughbreds.
I love Thoroughbreds.
And at Betches, we actually hosted a premiere for it.
Stop.
When it came out, and so she was there, and then the next day she came in to do one of our podcasts, and I was there. And it was a huge snowstorm, so no one was like in the office. But I came in because I lived close at the time, and so I went in like an outfit. And as I was walking out, she looked at me. She goes, "Oh, I love your look," and then walked away. And I was like,
Sheesh.
"Who's this young British bitch?"
Brian scoffs
I
at her.
was so unimpressed. I was like,
Brian
"Thanks."
goes, she gets the house red.
I was like, okay, thanks. And then,
my God.
and then now, like years later, I'm like, Anya Taylor-Joy loves my look.
Wait,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is so funny.
It was a blanket statement. It wasn't even about your outfit. It was more about your aura, your vibe.
Yeah.
Or your vibe.
Here's my 30 seconds pitch for why I think this movie is the best movie with food. Because it shines a light on the performative nature of eating and drinking. It's dark, it's funny, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's a movie about food that makes you sick to your stomach, so make sure you eat before. It has irony and satire. The all-star cast, unpredictable script. It's also great to watch other people watch it for the first time. So if you've watched it already, like bring a friend in and watch them watch it. It's really entertaining. Great to watch alone or with people.
3.
And make sure
2.
you eat before 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes.
And that's time.
Great job, Tess.
Really good job, Tess.
Really
Great
good pitch,
movie.
Tess.
Really good movie.
Great
I love
movie
this one.
pick.
I'm gonna have to eat my words because after we did the Ratatouille episode, I was like, I think this is the front runner and winner, period. And it was the first one we did. Then I watched this last night. I go, Ratatouille has competition.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing next week? Next week we
Pray,
have
love.
Eat,
Pray, love.
pray, love.
totally different vibe.
I do 2 of 3 of those things on a daily basis.
Pray and love.
So you can watch with us on YouTube or on Spotify and vote at the end of the month for whose you think is the best movie. Obviously the menu, and then we will reveal at the end in our YouTube exclusives. And if you want to find us online, you can find me at Tess Treg.
At Brian Russell Smith.
At Madeline_Mahoney.
At the Jack Maloney.
Amazing. That's a wrap.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes, Jeff.
Perfect.